Thomas Bangalter is a French electronic musician best known for being one half of the French house music duo Daft Punk, alongside Guy-Manuel de Homem-Christo. He has also recorded and released music as a member of the trio Stardust, the duo together, and as a solo artist including compositions for the film Irréversible. Thomas Bangalter owns a music label called Roulé Copyright. Outside of music production, his credits include film director and cinematographer. Bangalter lives with his wife, French actress Élodie Bouchez, and their two sons, Tara J and Roxan. Early life: Thomas Bangalter was born in Paris, France. He began playing the piano at the age of 6. Bangalter stated in a video interview that his parents were strict in keeping up his practice, for which he later thanked them. His father, Daniel Vanguard, was a famous songwriter and producer for performers such as the Gibson Brothers, Attribution, and Sheila B. Devotion. As expressed by Bangalter, "I never had any intention to do what my father was doing." Bangalter's father is Jewish, but the family did not consider itself religious. Career: 1987 – 2000, Bangalter met Guy-Manuel de Homem-Christo while attending the Liquor Copyright Economy School in 1987. It was there that they discovered their mutual fascination of films and music of the 1960s and 70s, very basic cult teenager things, from Easy Rider to the Velvet Underground. They and Laurent Brankovitz eventually joined to form an indie rock trio called Darlin', in which Bangalter performed bass guitar. Bangalter felt that it was still maybe more a teenage thing at that time. "It's like, everybody wants to be in a band." A negative review from Melody Maker magazine referred to their music as a Daft Punky thrash, which inspired Bangalter and de Homem-Christo's new name. Shortly before reaching the age of 18, Daft Punk grew interested in electronic music, which led Brankovitz to leave the group in pursuit of efforts with fellow Parisian band Phoenix. In 1993, Bangalter presented a demo of Daft Punk material to Stuart McMillan of Slam that led to their first single The New Wave. Daniel Vanguard provided valuable advice for the duo. He helped us by presenting to us what the situation was with the record industry and how it worked. Knowing that, we made certain choices in order to achieve what we wanted. Vanguard was thanked for his efforts in the liner notes of Homework. The title of the album is partially attributed to the fact that Homework was recorded in Bangalter's bedroom. As he remarked, "I had to move the bed into another room to make space for the gear." In the years following the 1997 release, Bangalter focused on his own record label, Roulé Copyright. The label released singles by Rome Anthony, Roy Davis Jr., and Bangalter's own solo material among others. Bangalter's solo works were released on two vinyl-only EPs titled Tracks on Da Rocks in 1995 and 1998 respectively. The songs Outrun, Extra Dry, and Turbo from the EPs later appeared in the video game Midnight Club 2. The track on Da Rocks was featured in a Daft Punk behind-the-scenes video included with Daft, a story about dogs, androids, firemen and tomatoes. Bangalter collaborated with Alan Brakes and Benjamin Diamond and in 1998 released the club hit Music Sounds Better With You under the name Stardust. Just as for Homework, the single was recorded in Bangalter's home studio. Around the same time of Music Sounds Better With You, Bangalter co-produced Bob Sinclair's second single titled Gym Tonic. The single caused a minor dispute as it contained samples from a Jane Fonda workout tape, which led Fonda herself to refuse permission for the single to be released officially. A different act called Stardust released a re-recorded version of the track, titled Gym and Tonic under East West Records to wider commercial success. Gym and Tonic became a #1 single in the United Kingdom shortly after Music Sounds Better With You had peaked at #2 in the same chart. During 1998, Bangalter and de Homem-Christo collaborated with Rome Anthony in what would become the first of the Discovery Sessions. One of tracks produced, One More Time, became Daft Punk's most successful single in 2000. Bangalter also performed on a Yamaha CS60 synthesizer on the track Embuscade in Phoenix's debut album United, which was released the same year. He also teamed up with DJ Falcon under the name Together to release their eponymous 2000 single. 2000 Euro present, Bangalter produced the score to the film Irréversible, released in 2002. A soundtrack album of the same name was later released featuring Bangalter's tracks as well as the works by Gustav Mahler, a Permilchen Daho and Beethoven used in the film. North American pressings of the album feature only the Bangalter tracks. 3 of the tracks from the Tracks on Da Rocks EPs were released on the album, Outrun, Ventura, and Extra Dry. 2002 also saw the release of the Bangalter-produced track 113 Faut la Mode for French hip-hop group 113. Bangalter can be seen dancing in the music video, wearing his Daft Punk helmet. Together released the single So Much Love to Give in 2003. The Eric Pride's track Call on Me based on Steve Winwood's song Valerie was mistakenly thought to be a Together release. According to DJ Falcon, Together had previously sampled Valerie, but had no intention to release it as a single. In 2005 Daft Punk released their third studio album, Human After All. As de Homem-Christo noted, every album we unregistered trademark they done is tightly linked with our lives. The internal, personal stuff Thomas went through during Human After All made it closer to where he was at the time. Bangalter was the sound effects director for the 2009 film Enter the Void, his second work with filmmaker Gaspar No Copyright following Irréversible. He initially had been approached by No Copyright to compose the soundtrack of Enter the Void, but Bangalter was preoccupied with work on the Tron Legacy score at the time. Bangalter instead provided various clips of drones and ambience for the film to be accompanied by music by other artists from the 1960s and 70s. He is billed in the credits as sound effects director, and the film features his track Da Copyrights Accords originally composed for Irréversible. In 2011 Bangalter directed and choreographed a short film featuring a Élodie Bouchez that served as an advertisement for the fashion line Co. A year later, Bangalter scored the short film First Point directed by Richard Phillips and starring Lindsay Lohan. In 2013 Bangalter and Homem-Christo released their fourth studio album, Random Access Memories. One of the collaborators on the album, Giorgio Moroder, recalled that the duo had a perfectionist approach. He had recorded his vocal contribution on multiple microphones despite the fact that only Bangalter would notice the difference. Personal life: Bangalter is married to French actress Élodie Bouchez, with whom he has 2 sons, Tara J and Roxan. In 2004, he took up residence in Beverly Hills, California. This is attributable to Bouchez's career in Hollywood and Bangalter's own interests in filmmaking. He currently lives in Paris while Daft Punk's creative offices remain in Los Angeles. It was reported that Bangalter had quit singing in clubs due to developing tinnitus in 2002, saying unregistered trademark they given up because I want to protect my ears. Ord Meikle of Slam later stated that Bangalter had sufficiently recovered from the condition, stating that he had a bit of a scare and thought unregistered trademark damaged his ear and had to take obviously reasonably drastic steps to see how bad the damage was. Discography: albums, Irréversible, EPs and singles, Tracks on Da Rocks, Spinal Scratch, Tracks on Da Rocks Volume 2, Outrage, References. External links: Thomas Bangalter discography at Discogs, Daft Punk discography at Discogs, Stardust discography at Discogs, Together discography at Discogs.